NASA's former chief scientist James Garvin revealed why the space agency is so invested in finding self-replicating molecules on the red planet during a documentary in 2018, later claiming it would be the greatest discovery of humankind. 3 years later, Dr. Garvin revealed what the space agency is hoping to find during Amazon Prime's Tomorrow's World documentary. He said in 2018, when Mars and Earth were formed more than 4.5 billion years ago, they were like brothers with any possibilities on how they would grow up to be what they are like today. So now we have a tale of two divergent objects and yet, still sharing some of the basic building blocks that make them so tantalizing. But Mars is a lot smaller than the Earth, and one of the things we've recognized across the solar system is that size does matter. Planetary size has a bearing on how the atmospheres of the planets evolved. The narrator explained to viewers why a dwindling atmosphere may have wiped out any living organisms on the surface. He said, Mars is, in fact, 6 times smaller than Earth. Its smaller core is cooler than that of our planet. Over time Mars cooled faster and its volcanoes finally died. With nothing to feed it, the atmosphere gradually dissipated into space, leaving Mars at the mercy of cosmic rays and the cold of space. Mars is now an arid and lifeless desert. On the surface, the average temperature is -63 C. The atmosphere, rich in CO2, is 100 times thinner than on Earth, and in this hostile environment, there is apparently no place for water, the source of life. However, NASA hopes to probe below the surface when they visit in the next decade. Here, they believe some form of life could have survived for millions of years in barren condition. Dr. Garvin explained why the future mission could be a huge step forward in understanding the history of the solar system. He added, if we were to know that self-replicating molecule, that we would call life on a terrestrial planet, existed on Mars, that would be the greatest discovery in the history of humankind. It would change everything. NASA's Mars mission is split into 3 distinct phases leading up to a fully sustained civilization. The first stage, already underway, is the Earth-reliant phase. This will continue to use the International Space Station until 2024, validating deep space technologies and studying the effects of long-duration space missions on the human body. The second stage, Proving Ground, ventures into cislunar space for most of its tasks, to test deep space habitation facilities, and validate capabilities required for human exploration of Mars. Finally, Phase 3, the Earth-independent stage, includes long-term missions on the red planet with surface habitats that only require routine maintenance, and the harvesting of Martian resources for fuel, water, and building materials.